So that blinker sound that you hear, I'm driving with my hazards on because I'm currently driving a truck with one of the jankiest loads anyone has ever seen. And I do mean it. It's one of the worst. This is like, even for me, and I've loaded some crazy things, this ranks pretty high as some of the dumbest things I've ever done. But you know, that's the problem with emotional decisions, is they tend to be stupid. Today's Sunday. Dealt with ignition issues on my truck for a good chunk of the afternoon, and while I was out, one of my neighbors came outside. Very sweet lady. I really like her a lot. I love my neighborhood. It's got a lot of good folks that keep an eye out on for everyone else, and it's a great neighborhood. So this nice lady came out and said, "Hey, I just want to let you know, last night, I think she said around 11, a car pulled up and they started walking into your backyard." And my yard, I've got two entrances. I've got one entrance on the door side of my house, and then on the other side of the house, I call it the business entrance, and that's where I pull my truck into the backyard every night. She said somebody was walking back there. She said she flashed her porch light at them, and they immediately ran back into their car and left. Well, dude, I've had stuff stolen from me before. I had a blower and trimmer stolen overnight once, 2 years ago, when my business was pretty new, and that was pretty close to disastrous when that happened. So, and immediately when she told me that, it really riled up that anger in me. That's pretty much reserved for thieves. You know, God's still working on me, man, but I gotta tell you, nothing infuriates me more than the thought of someone stealing the equipment that I use to provide for my family. I take care of paying all the bills for my family. My business provides for my wife and son. And while I can put up with a lot from a lot of people, when you start messing with my ability to provide for the people that rely on me, it stirs up a fury in me that I'd best take to the Lord. So, you know, the thing is, though, as angry as I am, and honestly, you know what I want to do is I just want to stay up all night tonight and just keep an eye out and wait for somebody to come in and just give them the old 1-2 or something. But that's an emotional response. And the reality is, you know, I shouldn't have to deal with that. People should just leave other people's stuff alone. But since we live in a world where that expectation is apparently too much, I can either whine about it and cry about it like I'm doing in this video, or I can do something about it, which brings me back to the janky load I've got in my truck. I'm on my way to my house now. It's somewhere around 7:45 p.m. on a Sunday, and I'm building gates with locks to keep people from coming into my yard. Fortunately, I have an emergency fund I was able to tap into, but I'm gonna have to tighten the belt for a little bit here, after, you know, while I rebuild the emergency fund. But I'm starting, if not finishing, these gates tonight. I'm not putting up with this anymore. I'm not putting up with people trying to affect my ability to provide for my family. Because, man, I'm telling you, There's nothing that angers me more. So that's what I'm doing. Hope everyone else is having a better Sunday than me.